Hey guys, how's it going? We have a Pokemon TCG Online deck profile for you today, and it's going to be from the new BreakPoint set. We're going to be looking at the Trevenant Break, really good break card. Finally, the breaks are actually looking playable with this and the Greninja. So wanted to first focus on this guy because they have some cool, interesting new plays, and it's a lot of fun. So first we're going to start off with the Phantom. This is a Phantom from the Breakpoint set, and this is what really helps the deck and makes it viable. With this Ascension attack, you search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon. So this is really awesome. It helps you get out that item lock as soon as possible. If you're going turn 1 and can't attack, then you're typically going to be searching for a Wally so you can bring up the Trevenant. But if you're going turn 2, then you're likely going to be able to do this Ascension and then lock them off. So your opponent's usually only going to have one turn of item lock. And that's really, really good for this Ascension ability. Then you go into this Trevenant here, and his ability is what really helps this deck. Force Curse. As long as Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any item cards. So we item lock our opponent, and really stops them from doing a lot of their plays. Ultra Balls, VS Seekers, Rare Candies, all that good stuff, Max Elixirs. So the focus is getting him up as soon as possible. And then with the new set, we have Trevenant Break. Now this guy, the Trevenant's really good because you get 50 more HP. You're a really big 160, so he's harder to kill. And then his Silent Fear attack is actually really good. You put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon for only a Psychic and a Colorless. So with our Stadium that we're going to be trying to have up at all times, it's only going to be 1 energy, and you do massive spread damage. And it's put damage counters, not damage attack. So Mr. Mime doesn't stop it. Things that are stopping the attack to the bench. So you're pretty good to spread as much damage as possible. Night March is going to be struggling from that, and we can take down Shamans and punish people for putting down a lot of Shamans. So yeah, this Pokemon line is really good, really effective, and that's what makes the deck so good. Next, we're going to be running a backup attacker of Gengar EX. He's just probably, one of the best, just psychic EXs as far as just the basic and just straight attacking. And the thing that kind of slows the deck down or makes it suffer is that with only the Phantoms and typically some draw support and Shamans, you don't really run that many basics. So with the Oz, you're often going to be starting off with a Shaman, which makes it tough to get the Phantom out turn 1 in the active with the Wally. So running Gengar in case we just are noticing that we mulligan a lot and giving our opponent a big hand size. And then unlike the Shaman, you can slash the Mystery Energy on the Gengar if he starts in the active, retreat him, get into Phantom, then hit Wally, and then you have your item lock. So he's good for that, and he just puts a little bit more pressure, more than just doing the 3 damage counters return. We can poison, and that could be really good against, I guess, like the fighting decks with their focus sashes, and you got to get that poison tick on there. So yeah, he's awesome for that. And then we run the 2 Shaman just for the setup, more consistency. If you can get a Trevenant out without playing Shaman, then you want to do that. You don't want to give your opponent a Lysander target so to then break this kind of item lock. But sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to get the Pokemon up in the first place. So that's why we run the 2 Shaman. For item cards, we're running 2 Enhanced Hammers. Evital decks Massacre us and Zoroark, so that's kind of to help on that, as well as maybe something like a Night March, slow them down a little bit. Running 1 Super Rod to get back our Pokemon since we do evolve and our energies. 4 Trainer Mail, 4 Ultra Ball Standard, and 4 VS Seeker. We got to get this Wally in our hand turn 1 as quickly as possible, so we're going to do all that we can to do that. Then our 1-ofs, we have 1 AZ. That's just another good way to get our Pokemon out of the actives if we're starting with one of these guys and we need to get a Phantom up there. That's mainly what we're going to be doing there. 1 Lysander, like I said before, the Phantom the Trevenant Break does spread damage, so we're not going to be trying to get like Lysander one-hit knockouts all that much, so we only need 1 instead of 2. And I hate like starting off a hand of 2 Via Seeker, 2 Lysander. That's just horrible. 1 Pokemon Center Lady. Really like this card. We want to keep this guy alive as best we can. So Pokemon Center is going to help with that. And I feel like Pokemon Center is a really hard card for our opponent to read in our hand. Typically, when they're kind of thinking all of our outs and plays that we're going to do, Pokemon Center Lady is rarely in their mind. And so then when you heal that or take off like a sleep or something, that can like really kind of change their whole strategy. Running 1 Skyla, just really good for getting float stones that we'll need, and this Dimension Valley Stadium. We really rely on that to like keep our energy drops at a low cost. So 1 Skyla is awesome. 1 Xerosic for things like Seismitoad, Night March, and whatnot. So awesome card there. Then 2 Birch just for some draw. 4 Sycamore because it's got to run that, and the heart of it, 3 Wally. We got to get that evolution turn 1 as best as we can. So Wally's going to be what does that for us. What you do is you search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon, put that onto your Pokemon. So you can play this the same turn that you place the Pokemon down. So you could play Phantup and then Wally into the Trevenant. You can Trevenant on top the Phantup and then Wally into the Trevenant Break. Awesome card. Then we mentioned the 2 Floatstone just for getting these guys out of the way. And then our energy, 10 energies. In case, we have to Sycamore some away, we still want to make sure we have enough to do energy drop every turn. And with the Gengar EX, we're going to need 2 on him. So I'm running about 1 or 2 more than a standard Trevenant Break deck. That's the deck. Let's see if we can get a good game on Pokemon TCG Online. And here we go. This is taking a long time because it's late at night. Here we go. Took a long time to get a match because it's late. And we're playing against Water and Dark. The 2 worst matchups for us. Water, in case they have rough seas, to heal off our spread damage, was going to be horrible. And Dark, because that's our weakness. So, we'll see what we can do. Tough thing, there are some strong Dark decks out there. So, it is unfortunate having to play against Evital's. But, every deck has its weakness. So, we're going to do what we can despite. And we have a Wally, which is great, but no basic, unfortunately. So we almost had like a really almost perfect setup. We just needed a Phantup in hand. How sad. And what do we have here? Now we have, alright. We have Phantup. We'll see if we can draw a Wally so we don't have to place these guys down, but we're likely going to have to play these Shamans. And we're seeing the Zoroark, so that's going to be a problem. We're just going to have to play our hand down and hope that they don't have Lysanders. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll put this on the Gengar. We'll go ahead and Shaman for 3. For a Wally. That's not really what we were looking for. I guess we'll go ahead and play that to get cards out of our hand. Ultra Ball, get rid of energy. What else can we play? I guess we'll play another Phantom just so we have as maximize our draw off this final Shaman. And let's get a Wally. We run 3 of those bad boys. Show us a Wally. Show us a Wally. We get a Trainer's Mail, so we have 4 more chances here. And beautiful. So we got that off, which is good. Let's go ahead and play this in case there's a Delinquent or something of that nature. I guess we can go ahead and put on a Shaman. And we'll Wally. So there we go. Got that first turn Trevenant out. Now we are playing against Dark, so that's going to be unfortunate. And we have a lot of bench, so they can just Lysander something. But without a Lysander, we will be looking pretty good. So awesome. And what can we do here? We do need energy, so I guess we're going to go ahead and Sycamore because we need an energy and a Trevenant Break. So we grab a Trevenant here. Let's go ahead and put it on that one. Trevenant, put the energy on. So we're looking pretty good. We're just going to have to hope that our opponent doesn't get a double colorless because he will be hitting us for one-shots at that point because of our weakness. And okay, cool. So we did survive that. Now let's see here. Here's where we could... I guess the Pokemon Center Lady wouldn't be that important because I think he would still kill us. So we're not going to worry too much about that. We're going to go ahead and get the Gengar going. And since we have no other supporter, we'll use this Wally. Now question, do we want to go for the Trevenant or... I guess we're going to go for the Trevenant. I think we're going to have to be using our Gengar in this deck, or this match. So instead of, you know, having him up there and just to do 3 damage and then die. So that's good. We were able to take out the Zora. Wanted to get Trevenant, so at least after Gengar starts attacking, we can still item lock him and just see if we can get enough Gengar hits. So we're going to promote the Gengars. This is where it's good to have the Gengar in the deck and not have it just be a straight, you know, Trevenant build. So I think we're going to... I'm surprised he hasn't done it. We don't really need anything at this point. I guess we'll go ahead and get the breakout. So that way, if we do draw 1 energy, then he can attack. And let's see here. There we go. Had a little lag there, but now we're good. So we're gonna, yeah, if he doesn't set anything after this, we're gonna be able to get the win. And yeah, we did see there he had the resistance to our dark. The Trevenant hadn't been experiencing that since he does in fact place the damage counters. So let's see if we can get an energy here or a float stone or some sort of draw. The AZ. I think we are going to go... Yeah, actually, yeah, we're going to go ahead and heal this off. Thought about picking up the Shaman for a draw, but this way our opponent's not getting a kill right away. Gonna go ahead and Dark Corridor. Item locking again. And our opponent's gonna have to do something on this last turn or he's gonna be in trouble. Should play some sort of Pokemon. There we go. We see Yveltal. He probably has a lot of item cards that he can't play. Our opponent dives to poison. Awesome. And look at that, got the victory. So look at that. That item lock is extremely, extremely strong. You saw the consistency there with the Shamans and the Gengars. Yeah, it's a little risky in case they have a Lysander. But, I mean, those are what the breaks you have to do. And we saw the Gengar actually came in to help. And then the Trevenant with his massive HP increase really took some beatings against his weakness. Yeah, so that's kind of what the deck is. If he didn't want to put many bench Pokemon because then we were going to be spreading damage and we were already able to kill that Zora. So yeah, awesome deck. I think it's going to be one that can hang up there with the meta just by the sheer point that it item locks. Night March, if you get that out against Night March, then they lose. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more vids and we'll see you soon. Peace.